Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for blessing me with your time today. I hope you're in a happy mind state wherever you are in life. And in this video, I want to talk to you about something that seems to be a little bit taboo in today's society, and that's masturbation. More so, is masturbating evil? So I want to give you 7 reasons why maybe you should masturbate, and 7 reasons why maybe you shouldn't masturbate. So with that being said, let's get into it. And number one, this is not the natural world. So if you ever look at a nature show with animals, you'll see that a lot of animals, they do a lot of crazy, reckless things out of sexual frustration. You know, a lot of the males, especially male animals who can't like procreate or spread their seed, you'll see they'll do a lot of things out of frustration, out of sexual frustration. So again, this is not the natural world. I don't know if God blessed us to walk on two feet so that we would have 2 hands to masturbate. So again, number one reason why you should masturbate is that, again, this is not the natural world. I guess that would separate us from animals. So that's number one. Number two, I can contest to this, is that if you're going on a first date, right? If you're going on a first date with somebody, you've never met them before, and you're a little anxious, you have a lot of anxiety going on, and especially if it's someone attractive that you're going on a date with. Yeah, I think that, which helped me a lot, is if you do masturbate, because that kind of removes the whole sex thing, right? As a man, I don't know if this is the same for women, but as a man, a lot of times we get judged because that's what, when we come to meet a woman, that's the first thing that a lot of women think that men want right off the bat is sex. So if I think if you pleasure yourself before you go on a date with someone, that kind of removes that whole sexual thing, that tension, that awkwardness that can come from, you maybe thinking with your little head instead of your big head. So that's number two. Again, if you're just joining the video, these are 7 reasons why you should masturbate, and the title of this video is Masturbation Evil. So number 3, if you're in a relationship, I think masturbation is good for you because it prevents you from cheating. Unless you're the type of person that has a really high, like ultra high sex drive. When your woman or your partner is on their monthly, and they, maybe sex is not readily available during that time. A lot of guys may go out and sample a little bit. So if you do masturbate, that just kind of keeps you, that kind of gets, again, release all that sexual built up, I guess. So it prevents you from cheating, in my opinion, I would think, there. So again, that's number 3. Number 4, if you've been without for a while, like if you maybe, sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, me myself, I may get into a little rut, where, I'm just not even thinking about like the opposite sex. I'm not even thinking about sex in general. I'm just kind of thinking about, I got a goal, I'm trying to get there. What do I need to do to get there? And my mind just kind of like, I guess as a man, we have what they say, a one-track mind, because when we focus on something, we're just focused on getting to there, and we're not focusing on the side distractions and whatnot. So a lot of times, I don't know if you guys can contest to this, but you get into the little rut, you're not thinking about it. So before you know it, it might be a month, 2-3 months, maybe a few weeks go by, and you're not, you haven't been intimate with anyone. So I would think, to prevent you from doing anything foolish or anything like that, then yeah, masturbating, it would be good, to kind of, again, to get that sexual tension, sexual frustration type of thing like they experience in the natural world, to get it out of the way. So yeah, I think that would be a good thing there. So number five, again, I can contest to this, is that it prevents you from doing foolish things. So this kind of goes into what I for number 4. So number 5, it prevents you from doing foolish things. when you're bored, you're bored. And again, I'm just kind of going off of experience here. So, a lot of times I will get in trouble because, I'll be bored. I'll be bored. There's nothing to do. And, I just want to get out and, just get out and see what's out there. And a lot of times, when I get out and see what's out there, it's it's late at night or early in the morning. And the only thing that's out there is, someone of the street, right? Someone that's kind of working in the street, whatever. So, I might run into somebody, and that's, at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. They're not for on your honest side or whatever. But yeah, so it's not only like, I'm not saying that if you don't jack off or masturbate or whatever, you're gonna go out here and paying for sex. But I mean, just doing things in general. So maybe there's, like, for example, a person that you might like, and anytime that person call you, you might jump up and do what they want. But because a lot of times what will cause you to do that is because behind sex. You want sex, you want to have sex with that person, and so you do things like that. And so again, I think that masturbating, it'll help you not make those kind of decisions there. And number 6, if you're not dating anyone, I mean, if you're just kind of by yourself, alone, for whatever reason, maybe you're just not in the dating mood, maybe you can have something going on that you want to deal with, whatever the case may be, that you're not dating someone. Be pleasuring yourself. Again, in a situation like that, not a problem. I don't think it's nothing wrong with it, And then number 7, I think this is the most important out of the other 6 that I mentioned, and that's enhancing your love-making abilities. So, when I was first kind of like starting out, my journey towards intimacy or whatever, in the beginning, it was hard. It was hard because I was always wondering, did I, make the other person happy? Did I satisfy them? Or, a lot of times it was just like too quick, or, maybe I was like scared, or I was nervous, or whatever the case may be. And so in the beginning, the other person would always look frown. They would be kind of have that upset look on their face or whatever. And I didn't never knew why, but looking back, I know now. So I think that, pleasuring yourself, that is a great way to enhance, maybe if it's to prolong, maybe if it's to kind of know your body, maybe if you're kind of trying to know the other person's body, again. So, when you're kind of like on that journey of learning, enlightening yourself in the lovemaking area, they have all kind of like devices or aids that you use, like there may be like some kind of a toy that you can get, and this is stuff you may want to look online and see what's preferable for you or whatnot. But yeah, so that's a great way to teach yourself, because a lot of times, and I'm just gonna say, it's kind of embarrassing. You don't want to just walk up to somebody and say, hey, can you show me how to be a good, how to please people sexually in the bedroom, right? You just don't walk up to people. I mean, some people do, but and then you try to look up online or read books and you get more confused than ever. So again, just teaching yourself, and you'll be amazed at maybe what you can accomplish, maybe what new things, techniques and stuff you can pick up, just by getting into yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to get into yourself, and everything's hectic and chaotic in your mind or whatnot, and you kind of tune into yourself, and hey, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. So those were 7 reasons why you should. Now I want to talk to you guys about 7 reasons why you should not. So the number one thing I think here is that it can become addictive. It can become really, really addictive. Pleasing yourself like that. It can become very addictive. So much so that you would kind of isolate yourself from the opposite sex, right? So you isolate yourself, and you rather just kind of be into yourself than being out there, mingling and getting to know, and just, just putting yourself out there. So yeah, it can become very addictive, and it's one of those addictions that once you get hooked, it's kind of hard to, I don't know, but it's one of those things that if you get hooked, it's hard to kind of break yourself from that. So again, number one, it can become very addictive. Number two, and now I know I said that if you want to kind of teach yourself how to be a better performer in the bedroom, but also it can also affect your performance. So what I mean is, it's like if you're, they got this term. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's called, I think it's compulsive. Compulsive masturbation, right? And it's like you're doing it over and you're doing it constant over and over. Maybe you're doing it 5-6 times a day, I guess. I don't know, but when it comes time to, say, being intimate with someone, you're, maybe you can't arise to the occasion. Maybe you kind of, it take you too long to get to that point. So those things, it can be, it can, maybe can't, again, maybe you just and nothing's more hurtful. I don't know, I've been told this, but nothing's more hurtful to a woman's ego is that if a man can't like rise to the occasion. And I've been in those situations where I couldn't, rise to the occasion, and the frustrating look the woman had on her face, and then she kind of, I don't know, she kind of gets all emotional and stuff, like it's something wrong with her. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it don't be. It just be a lot of stuff going on, in your mind. Stuff, maybe it's work, maybe your stress, other factors in life, family, whatever. And sometimes that do affect. I don't know if women realize that, but sometimes it do. You can't. And again, maybe it's person just pleasuring themselves too much. That'll have a big impact on you. Sorry, I'm firing up my joint here. So yeah, it can affect your performance, especially if you're a person that you become addicted and you're doing it multiple times and stuff. Yeah, I think it will. Unless you're just one of them people that have an ultra high sex drive. So that's number two. Number three, you can hurt yourself. You can hurt yourself. And what I mean by, again, if you're doing it too much, I imagine you can damage nerves, something down there, and you become permanently, impotent or whatever. If you're using some kind of chemicals and stuff, I imagine that can get into your body and kind of cause all kind of weird things going on, maybe affect, I've heard of stories where you could become like fertile, was it infertile? Is that, I don't know if that's the right word to say, where you can't have children and stuff like that, from using certain type of chemicals get into your body. So, you definitely can hurt yourself, doing that type of thing, pleasuring yourself like that. And so that's number three. Again, if you're just watching this video, these are, the title of this video is masturbation evil? And what I'm doing is saying 7 reasons why you should not. I just kind of covered 7 reasons why you should, and so now I'm just kind of saying what 7 reasons why you should not be doing that type of activity. So number 4 is if your religious beliefs, your religious beliefs. So some religions, from my understanding, is they don't allow that. They don't allow the pleasure of yourself. That's just not religious like. There's some religions, I guess, that's it's okay, and there's a lot of religions. I was amazed to find out that there's a lot of religions that frown upon that. It's not religious like, right? It's not right, and so I'm not gonna lie. When times when I've pleasured myself, I get a guilty feeling a lot of times, and I don't know if that's just because that's not that's I don't know the right word, if that's not good or whatever, but I do get a guilty feeling, like I did something bad or something, and so a lot of times when I do that, I'm not saying I do that all the time, but when I have done that, again, I've gotten a bad feeling, a guilty conscience, like I shouldn't have done, that, like I've done something wrong. And again, I don't know. I don't know if if that is something that you could, like, in the, if you're, I'm Christian, so if you it's like a lot of people have told me, if you do something like that, that's a ticket to hell. And so I don't know. I don't know if there's condemnation. I'm not trying to turn this into a religious thing here, but again, your beliefs. So if you have strong beliefs in your religion or whatever, you're really into your religion, then I would say that's something you probably should stay away from. Refrain from doing that type of thing. Number 5, it can affect your relationship. It can affect your relationship. So kind of like what I said, I'm gonna touch on what I said earlier, is that with women, a lot of times when maybe they want to kind of come to the occasion, and maybe you're tired or whatever, you got a lot on your mind, and so you can't, and so a lot of women will take offense to that. I'm not saying all women will, but a lot of women will take offense to that. Like, if you can't come to the occasion, you might have worked 30 hours and whatever, and you drove like halfway across the country, whatever, and you're just super tired. I don't know, but and I guess that I guess for men it's like that too. I guess if you try to be with your woman or whatever, and she's like, I'm not in the mood or whatever, for whatever reason, I guess the person would feel offended, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, if you're kind of like pleasing yourself and you're kind of being into yourself all the time, when it comes time to be with your partner, because they want to feel special, and part of feeling special is being intimate with someone, because I guess that's a way to show a person, you really care about them, is being intimate with them, being, having that closeness with them and stuff. So, if they want to be intimate with you, and then, you're kind of like, I can't, I can't right now, whatever, they're going to be thinking either something, wrong with them, are you not turned on to them, are you out cheating, and that's another big thing, they'd be thinking you're cheating or whatnot. I'm not saying all people, all women are like that, but, majority of the ones I've met, been there when I've done that type of thing, because you sometimes, and I don't know, sometimes you kind of get into the moment where you're just kind of overdoing it. You don't realize it, and then your partner comes around, and your person you're seeing comes around, and then it just kind of like dang, just kind of feel, and then you feel bad, your ego, as a man, that's one of the most, I guess, as a man, as your pride, your ego, that's something you don't, what I'm saying, like you can't get it up when it's time to perform, and I think that for a lot of men who goes through those types of things, it is very stressful, I can imagine, and it kind of stays on your mind, because it stays on my mind. It stayed on my mind, don't anymore, but it's have stayed on my mind, for a while. So number six is that so if you're the type of person, again, so one of the reasons why I'm saying you shouldn't, because again, pleasuring yourself can be very addictive, and it's not hard to become addicted to it because of the stimulation. And so what happens if you do it a long time, and a lot, you become desensitized. So one of the things, like, you see like people who do that type of activity, they return to pornography. They turn to, looking at, girly videos, girly videos, whatever. And you kind of become like desensitized, numb to what's around you, right? So what you see on TV is kind of like what you would expect in real life. So you might see, like on TV, in those girly videos, majority of the women are attractive. So you go out in society, and you go outside, and you go out and mingle, and then you kind of expect all women to be like that. Or you see, the things that might, kind of get you going or whatever, however that's, whatever that gets you going, you kind of expect that from everybody. So like, if you like the type, we all have kinky thoughts, right? We all have kinky fantasies. We all have kind of like those behind closed door type of fetish type things that you ain't gonna tell nobody, but it's kind of like, I mean, I don't know, it's just weird type of. But you might like watching that kind of stuff. So you might like seeing people get choked out, while they having sex, right? And you might like that kind of stuff. So you go out and you might try to do that with a woman, and you complete woman you just hooked up with, and you try some weird stuff like that. It's gonna be a turnoff. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna kind of scare her away, or scare him away, scare her away, or whoever. And yeah, so it just kind of, and then you just kind of need that stimulation. You know what I mean? You just kind of need that stimulation. So you'll do other things. It kind of leads to other things, right? So it'll lead to, again, maybe it leads down to a rabbit hole of weirdness, and so you'll just kind of want more and more, because just doing pleasuring yourself like that isn't good enough. You just kind of need that, I guess, edge or that excitement. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it just kind of, it can lead to other types of things, and a lot of it's not healthy. A lot of it's not good for you, and it could once you go down that rabbit hole, there's no turning back. There's no coming back from it, and usually you kind of become worse off than you started off with, So that is a reason why you should not do that type of activity. Number 7, this is the last thing, and I kind of touched on this earlier. Number 7, it kind of detaches you from the opposite sex. Again, so when you're looking at those images or those videos or whatever, and you kind of see that type of person, and maybe you're into a certain type of fantasy, maybe you're into a certain type of look or whatever, and so then you start to want everything to be that way. So for example, maybe you're the type of person that likes a woman has a lot of tattoos, right? Piercings and tattoos. I used to like that. Piercings and tattoos. I thought that was just the kinkiest thing ever. And I used to like that stuff. But and then you meet a great woman. Let's say you meet a great woman. She doesn't have piercings and tattoos. Well, you might say, hey, I can't kick it with you like that, because you don't kind of satisfy me in that fantasy realm, right? So and she might be a great woman, she might be the best thing that ever happened for you, but you're gonna let her go because you're so used to a certain type of look or image or stimulation. So again, it can detach you from reality. You can miss out on so much. I mean, you could just be like indoors, and then there's a whole, your city's full of available single women, there's a whole bunch of single people out there that's wanting to hook up, that's wanting to be in a relationship, and then you're just kind of being indoors and just kind of tuning into your own self. So in situations like that, you should not. So I just kind of want to sum it up, wrap it up here, and again, I just want to kind of answer the question. My opinion: do I think masturbation is evil? It just depends. I mean, if you're deeply in religion, and your religion says that hey, that is something you shouldn't do, I would say then you shouldn't do that. But outside of that, and again, and you're not, you're not going to let it affect your relationship. You're not going to let it affect, your health or, whatever you got going on. I say it's nothing wrong with, pleasuring yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that, hey, again, you can learn a lot. You can enjoy yourself and, prevent a lot of foolish things from going on. I'm not saying you go overboard with it, in moderation, So with that being said, I think that masturbation is not evil. I have seen a lot of people in a lot of videos lately that says it is evil to do that type of activity, but I don't think it is. And so that's just my opinion. You make your own assumption. But again, hopefully one of these things that I've stayed out here you can take and use there. With that being said, I'm going to end this video. Again, I hope you're really enjoying your day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm going to get off of here, finish off my little joy. And until next time, take care.